Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another Steam sales and deals video. So a few interesting things. We have a new Humble bundle, some good deals on Steam, and I also wanted to go over Eneba. So this is another site I mentioned in the community tab, but I wanted to go in detail here today. So let's first start with the Humble bundle. So this is a classic games bundle and this is for GOG, by the way. So these keys will activate on GOG. You have about 30 games in total from the late 80s until the early 2000s. So classic games bundle, you have things like Blade of Darkness, Chasm, the Rift, and a lot of other very old classic games here. So if you were looking to get a bunch of classics for your GOG account, this is great value, only $10, and you get all of these items. But to be fair, a lot of these are very old, so only consider getting them if you are familiar and you want them in your library, because even I only know a handful of these games. So yeah, link will be in the description as always. Now on to Steam, I have a few deals on some quality indie games. First we have Kingdom 2 Crowns. So another popular game in the Kingdom series of games, 2D management style games, and this is 80% off, only $4, 176 in India, 335 in the UK, 519 in Canada, and 4 in the Eurozone. Next, we have a deal on the game Gris. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but I've heard great things about this one. Has been given away by Epic in the past, but as you can see here, overwhelmingly positive reviews, and this is 90% off, only 69 rupees. $1.49, 127 in the UK, 194 in Canada, and 147 in the Eurozone. And then we have Bugsnax. So another game that was a bit popular at around the time of the launch of the new consoles. This was, I think, a PS5 launch title, one of the titles. And yeah, it's a silly little game, but yeah, I liked it. I have played this, I have this game. So you can see overwhelmingly positive, and this is 72% off, $7, 159 in India, 545 in the UK. In Canada, it is $8.11 and 587 in the Eurozone. All right, on to our main topic for today, Eneba. So Eneba is a game seller, key seller site. They sell gaming cards, gift cards, stuff like that, PSN codes, and also Steam keys and GOG keys, etc., Origin, whatever. Now, one of the things I noticed here is a lot of the extra keys from Humble bundles end up here. So people buy a Humble bundle, there are 8 games in there, let's say they only need 2 or 3 of them. The rest of them get sold here, and sometimes for very little money. I asked in the community tab if people are familiar with this, and I got mostly everybody saying they are familiar, they already use it. And so I thought, why not cover this a bit more as well. I am partnered with them. I have been partnered for 2.5 years, but I wasn't sure how well received this would be. But overall, it seems everybody likes it and uses it, and nobody has had any issues. I have personally also bought a few games here, and so far, no issues whatsoever. So what I'll do is I'll recommend a few games here, give you some of the basics of this site if you are not familiar, and what to look out for, etc. So they have added the UPI payment, which is the main reason I thought I'll start talking about this one. So let's look at some games, and I'll tell you which ones you should consider. So what you have to keep in mind is look at the region, make sure it's a game and not a DLC. For example, this one is a DLC, this is a DLC. Make sure you're getting the full game, make sure the region is correct for you, and also look at the seller. So let's look at something cheap that would make sense. Quite a lot of good deals here actually. Let's check out this one here, because I know this was in a Humble bundle not too long ago. So this is Alien Stranded Dawn. This is a strategy survival style game, quite an expensive game on Steam, but because it was in a Humble bundle, people are selling the keys, because again, strategy type games are not something people play a lot. So you can see here, this is a key for Europe over here, so this will not activate in India, so keep that in mind. It's a Steam key, digital delivery, and then you have some of the sellers selling them, and you can look at the seller ratings here, 9.88 superb rating. If you go over here, it says here more than 200,000 items sold. Tickets ratio 0.2% to 0.4%. So less than 0.5% chance of things going wrong. So this would be really good. You can pay 148 rupees, which is nothing. Let me find something that is available in India and also the prices in other countries. So let me just cover a few games from previous Humble Bundles. So we had Ghost Runner 2 not too long ago. So if you look at this one here, this one activates in India, okay? And Frenza Gaming, I'm familiar. I have mostly bought the keys from this guy. Seems to be good. So now you add it to cart, view your cart, proceed to checkout, and now you'll have payment options here. So normally what happens is you have the price of the key and you have like a small service fee depending on what payment you're using. So UPI, this is a very convenient one for Indians. So if you select this one here, of course you'll have to sign in and make sure these details are filled in. You have 6 rupees added for the service charge. Now previously if you were using PayPal or direct debit cards or credit cards, the service fees was quite high, which was kind of ruining the value here. So if you look at PayPal, for example, it's a 58 rupees service charge, 58.59, which takes it over 300. So kind of kills a little bit of the value. Credit card, same. So UPI, as you can see, is much more convenient. Now let me go to Steam and show you the comparison with this one. So this is here, lowest price is 242. Okay. So over on Steam, if we go Ghost Runner 2, lowest price is 779. Okay, 70%, 779. And the other good thing about this site is there is no sort of regional pricing. So even if you are in the US, you can get it very cheaply, because this is somebody who has bought the game from Humble and they just want to make a little bit back on their bundle. So if we can change it to US dollars over here, this should be like $3, $2.90. Okay, and if you see the price again on Steam, this is a $40 game with a 70% discount. That is a minimum $12. Historic low was $9.79 at Fanatical. Over here, you are looking at about $3 with minor service charges. So that is the kind of savings you can get. Now what I'll do is I'll link a few games below. I'll show you the ones I think are great value because I've already compared them with Steam lowest prices. So Ghost Runner is good. A Plague Tale Requiem, the second game, this was also in a Humble bundle. In fact, in the same bundle as Ghost Runner 2, I think in June or something. So this is 655 here minimum, which would be like 500 something in India. Rupee. Yeah, just make sure to check the region, check the seller, and you should be good with the keys. All right, let's see. Ghost Runner, a Plague Tale Requiem. So you can see Plague Tale Requiem, 919 minimum, 60% off, $50. That's a $20 minimum on Steam. Here you can see it is $549 and we had like $655. So again, huge savings. Another great deal. Also, one more thing I wanted to cover. Let's cover a key from GOG. Now, this one here, Greedfall. This is still in the Amazon Prime giveaway. So if you have Prime Gaming, they are giving a lot of keys for GOG, and this is one of those keys. This was added in early September. Now the thing with these is these GOG keys on Prime is they expire. So you have to be a little bit more aware of this one. It is very, very cheap, as you can see here. Lowest price is 34 rupees, only 34 rupees, which would be like 50 cents or something in US dollars. And this is the GOG key, DRM-free, you own the keys, stuff like that here. Yeah, 40 cents. Amazing game. And this is the gold edition as well. Now, what you have to keep in mind is when Amazon Prime gives this away, it is available to claim for a while. And then when the thing is done and new keys come along, the key is still valid for a few more days, sometimes a couple of weeks, sometimes a month after it is no longer available to claim. But if you buy a key that has been out for a while, it's more than likely that it's already been, expired or something. So let me just show you. I'll log into my Prime and show you this one. All right, so here I am in Amazon Prime. This was added on the 5th of September. I collected it on the 5th of September. I think it came out the same day. I've already claimed it, so don't look at the code here. Don't try that. So it was added on the 5th, and this will be available until the end of October, I think. And it says here, redeem this unique game code within 6th of December. So this will be valid until the 6th of December. Okay, so this will be different for different keys from GOG that are given away by Prime. So you may, if for example you pick this up on the 10th of December from Eneba, this will not work. So those are the things you have to keep in mind. So that's a quick look at Eneba. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing. What I'll do is in the link below, I'll link a few games that I think are good value. And if some of them have any expiry, at least to my knowledge, I'll mention that as well. And yeah, let me know what you think of this one. And what I'll try and do is maybe once a week cover these type of deals that are really good value compared to Steam.